Hey everybody, we're back doing a little bit of magic. We're doing something kind of fun today, which I'll explain a bit later.
There's a panda.
There's a panda. So it's an anorexic panda, as we see here. So to decide who's going to go first, I put half a big furry monster underneath anorexic panda, our pal here. And you have to determine, is it the left or is it the right?
What if it's the top?
That's not a thing. So you pick either left or right. And if you win, you get to decide who goes first. Or else I do.
Left.
You're going to say left. So left is this one. Let's see what it is. The anticipation. Yeah! Right. Woo! It's definitely right.
So close.
Definitely right. So I will go first. And before that, I'll explain what we're doing here. So we had a thought the other day. We thought, what would modern look like if the two unsets were legal?
Turns out
it would look completely different. So what we did was we built modern decks that are based around having a bunch of uncards in them.
Yeah.
So we'll see how this goes.
Turns out some of them are a little strong.
Some of them are a little stronger than others, it turns out. Yes. As hopefully you will see. So we'll see you in game one. All right. Game one. Show my hand to the camera.
And
pretty exciting stuff. All right. And I believe I am on the play.
oh,
So I will lead with a Copperline Gorge and pass the turn.
I will island.
Ooh.
Serum Visions.
In response, Goblin Tutor. So Goblin Tutor, you roll a 6-sided die. On a 1, it has no effect, so you don't want to get a 1. Otherwise, you search your library for the indicated card. So if I roll a 2, I can search for any Goblin Tutor, which sucks because we only own one of these. So 1 and 2, don't want to get those. 3, any enchantment. 4, any artifact. 5, any creature. Or 6, any sorcery, instant, or interrupt. Yeah, fun little card. So let's go ahead and roll not a 1 or a 2. That would be a 5. So a 5 is any creature.
That's pretty good.
That is pretty good.
I'm going to draw my card and stuff now.
Yeah. So what am I going to get?
Ooh.
I think...
One on top, one on the bottom.
All right. Searching up here. Get a Frazzled Editor, which I'll explain when he comes into play there.
Okay. Well, it's your go.
Okay. Untap. Draw. Okay. So we're going to go for a Misty Rainforest. Crack that. Going to 19. That will fetch me a Basic Forest.
Don't want to take any damage?
Huh?
Don't want to take any damage for a duel?
No, not really. Not particularly. And we will cast the card that you saw earlier, Frazzled Editor. So the way this works, he has protection from wordy, which a card is considered to be wordy if it has at least 4 or more lines of text in its text box. So what that means is this basically has protection from everything. They're not island.
Yeah.
Not island.
Not island.
There are no text in there at all. So even if you don't count flavor text, that's like every card that's playable.
That matters, yes.
That matters, yeah. So, yeah, I'll pass the turn. He's affectionately referred to as Mini Progenitus by myself. He's a human bureaucrat.
And your go.
Okay. Draw for turn. We'll start by attacking for 2.
I'll have to take that.
All right. Then play a Temple Garden untapped, going to 17.
Ooh.
And I'll cast a Snot.
Snap.
Snat.
Yeah.
Untap is, by the way, to play around Rune Snag, which I know is in your deck because we built these decks together.
Yeah.
So anyway, the way Snot works, as he comes into play, you can put it onto another creature named Snot, and if you do, they all form one single creature, and its power and toughness are equal to the square of the number of Snots stuck together. So right now he's a 1/1. Find another one, he becomes a 4/4, and another one, 9/9, etc.
16/16.
I might as well go all the way to
25.
Yeah. So
I mean,
yeah.
you can't really get a 25/25 without some clone shenanigans.
True.
but-
It is feasible. And I'll try for a Rancor on Snot. See if that hits a Rune Snag.
I will have to say duh.
You're going to duh my Snot?
So duh destroys target creature with a reminder text, which reminder text is any italicized text in parentheses
Such as
that
one is a
explain
1/1.
rules you already know.
Such as one is a 1/1. Actually, you might not know this. So yeah. So that does in fact murder both of these things.
Yeah.
Also worth noting, cannot put Rancor in Frazzletter because it's wordy, and you cannot duh Frazzletter because it's wordy.
Because it's wordy.
Pass turn.
Also that he doesn't have reminder text.
He does. He doesn't reminder text. It explains what word he is.
Oh,
Sort
does
of.
it?
Yeah.
It's always looked. Oh, it is too.
Well, that's because
It's 'cause there's so much red on it.
There's all the scribbling.
This is a little too much scribbles.
Yeah.
An ink moth nexus.
Hopefully, I can just ride this editor to victory.
And your go.
All right. Draw for turn. Well, that was all right. So we're going to start by attacking you for 2.
Yep.
Then we'll play an Arid Mesa. And attempt a Tarmogoyf. Does this
Goy
meet
fit.
with any resistance? It does not. So I have enchantment, creature, land, and instant.
I got instant and sorcery.
So a whopping 5/6 at this stage in the game. I'll pass turn.
End of your turn. I'm gonna have to tutor up a booster.
All right. So why don't you explain how that works?
So booster tutor, black instant. You get to open a sealed magic booster and reveal the cards and put one of the cards in your hand. But since we don't have sealed boosters, we'd rather have cube packs.
Yeah, and it makes things a little more interesting. So we have some.
Though
cube
if you were
packs.
to use this in modern, I'd probably go for modern masters boosters.
Yeah, that'd be pretty spectacular. So go ahead and pick one of these cube packs, and we'll see what
I'm gonna go with the second
we'll
one.
see what kind of legacy or vintage staple ends up entering the battlefield in this
Talent
wacky game of modern.
reinforcements, Cloud Goat Ranger, Metamorph, Navigator, Bloodkeeper, Scarhide, Hellrider, Chain Lightning, Vengevine, Regrowth, Shackles, Soul Ring.
Okay.
I noticed how I stopped saying it after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you notice how I said what legacy staple? Let's go for a vintage one.
yeah, vintage staple.
Yeah. So
Soul Ring goes in my hand.
gonna go for the Soul Ring there
Doesn't actually specify what you do
with the
with
pack.
the rest. Like you reveal it and then you take one, and then what happens to the rest of the pack?
I don't know. Maybe you have to throw it in the
I
garbage.
guess it's never in the game, so it
no,
doesn't matter.
Yeah. It's like a secondary
And you have to
sideboard.
remove the new card from your deck before beginning a new game.
Yeah. So you can't have Soul Ring every time.
No.
That would be a heinous crime against humanity.
So, untap for my turn now.
All right.
Island.
All right. Gee, I wonder what this is casting.
Soul Ring.
Hey.
And
Question is, can you do anything interesting and fun with it?
not this turn, unfortunately. Jirgo.
I'll crack Arid Mesa on end turn, go into 16. And that will fetch me something. That'll fetch me.
Maybe.
It may or may
Probably.
not fetch me something.
Could be happening right now.
Yeah, you wouldn't even know it. Sacred Foundry, let's go for. Since it's the only color combination I currently don't have in play.
Now you have it in play.
I do.
Imagine that.
All right. Untap. Draw. You are at what life total currently?
16.
16. I will attack you for 7.
7 damages.
7 damages.
No blocks.
No blocks. All right. I'm waiting for something bad to happen to me.
I think.
Are you gonna fling my own creature at me? Is that what's gonna happen?
I'm just gonna tap the soul ring because
Sure.
I may as well get use out of it. Doomblade.
All right. Again, actually, you could Doomblade Frazzle Editor. That is
could,
not
yeah.
wordy. Yeah. Tarmogoyf's a little bigger though.
1 line of
the
text
moment.
or 3 with flavor.
Yeah, yeah. Tarmogoyf is a little bigger though.
Yeah, he's kind of a bigger threat
Yeah.
than 2/2.
So 2.
Yeah.
All right. And we'll put down a Raging Ravine and pass the turn to you.
Untap here.
That ravine is raging. He's all mad because he's rocks.
Because he's rocks.
He's rock based.
Gonna have to
3 manas?
4 mana.
4 manas, right? Soul Ring.
Consuming vapors.
Ooh,
Sacrifice creature.
that does get around my protection from wordy.
I mean, you can activate your land.
I can let that stone raid me. But I think I'm going to let Frazzle Editor die.
Go back up to 16.
Yeah.
And
He tried his best.
I guess
He got in for a couple beats.
You know what? Let's activate Ink Moth attack for 1.
1 poison.
1 poison. Maybe it'll happen. Maybe it won't.
1 poison.
Enter go.
All right. Draw. Now that's a fun one. Well, first things first. We're going to activate our Raging Ravine.
Yep.
And I'm going to attack you, which places a 1/1 counter on him. 4 damage.
Take the 4. Go 12.
Okay. And we'll play a City of Ass, which is, yeah, so City of Ass comes into play tapped, and you add 1.5 mana of any one color to your mana pool. And the best part about this card by far is that the flavor text is but, because it's butts.
Yeah, but.
It's butt stuff. So yeah, to you.
Consuming vapors you.
I'm going to choose to sacrifice none of the things.
Not
that I
all
currently
of the things
possess.
instead.
Yeah.
Think we got to try for
4 mana.
a Johnny combo player.
You got it.
Enter go.
So Johnny Combo Player does what exactly?
Okay, so it's 1/1 legendary.
Mm-hmm.
He can pay 4 colorless, search your library for a card, and put that card in your hand and shuffle your library. Pretty good.
Mm-hmm. It's a solid man. Draw a card. Okay. So we're gonna start by activating Raging Ravine.
Yeah.
And attacking you. For 5.
Activate Ink Moth.
You got it.
Chump.
Not quite chump. You take
Not
the
quite
counter
chump.
off
Yeah,
of
that's
it.
true.
Yeah. All right.
Take one of the counters off of it.
And we'll play a Temple Garden untapped, going to 14. And I'm afraid I'm going to have to Helix your combo player. Going back up to 17. Now, funny thing about City of Ass here. Before, when there was mana burn, you'd take a 0.5 point of damage each time you activated this. Now
Yeah.
it's just like the best dual land ever. So
Not even a dual land.
yeah, and it's not
It's
legendary.
a pentaland.
It's not legendary. So if you had 2 of these bad boys in play, 3 mana.
3 mana. There
Yeah.
you go. Living the dream.
Hmm.
My go?
Yep. That's a pretty weird dream if you're dreaming about a City of Ass. The buildings actually have butt cheeks.
Yeah.
Butt cheeks. All right? Butt cheeks. 5 mana.
I wouldn't want to be a janitor in that city.
No. No.
I'm going to have to cast Richard Garfield.
Okay,
PhD.
well, you've cast the creator of the game.
He's only a 2/2 though.
Yeah. Care to explain what that does?
So you may play cards as though they were other magic cards of your choice with the same mana cost. Mana cost includes color.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't choose the same card twice.
All right. So that's terrifying, by the way.
Yes.
If you know your Magic, that is a terrifying card to play against.
And it's your go.
All right, draw for turn. So we're gonna have to activate Raging Ravine
Swing for 5.
and swing for 5.
I will take it. Go
That
7.
puts you at 7. And I will play a Stomping Ground tapped, passing the turn to you, which is never a good thing if you have a Richard Garfield in play.
No.
In fact, it's extremely terrifying. Are we gonna play the you can play anything you want rules? Or are we gonna play the you can play anything that's legal in this format rules?
Well, I'm not sure because I have a Soul Ring on the field at the
That's
moment.
true.
So
Let's play you can play whatever you want rules. Make it interesting. That makes me very scared to be alive.
Then for now,
All right.
this is Maze of Ith.
Okay. That does put an end to Raging Ravine.
It does. And I shall attack you for 2.
15.
Your go.
All right. Draw. Well, I think I'm going to have to just pass the turn. Not a whole lot I can do at this moment in time.
I'm going to have to pass it back.
You're not attacking.
You have an untapped man line.
No, I don't. I have a City of Ass. Look at that instead. Okay. Upkeep.
You could tap that ass for mana.
I definitely could do that. On upkeep, I will forecast a Proclamation of Rebirth.
Ooh.
And get back a Snot. And then I'll draw for turn. Well, that was quite the draw.
Was it?
Yep. I'll play a Snot. Do you have a response?
No.
All right, I'll stick it to the Snot.
Yeah, I figured.
And now there's some 4.
4 power
some
is
4.
better than 2 power.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Even if it's on one body.
Yep.
Go?
Your go. Yep. Again, not a lot of option there.
You know, I'm just not drawing the cards that would work with Richard Garfield. It's your go.
You could make a very interesting, like, just Richard Garfield based deck.
Yeah, you
which this one isn't. In fact, it just happens to.
It just happens to possess Richard Garfield because it's in that color.
Mm-hmm.
Occasionally, you get things like duck and be a
So you're
I don't know, permission smell.
You're at 7 currently.
Yes.
I'm gonna activate Raging Ravine,
Yep.
and then I'm gonna swing at you with these gentlemen. A 4/4 and a 6/6.
I think untap Snot. Take it out of
Untap
combat.
Snop. I don't know why I called him Snop. I guess they're one creature, so
Yeah, they are one creature.
Gotta do it that way.
Untapping him with Maze of Ith.
Sure. You got it.
You're gonna have to poorly write Maze of Ith on the video somehow.
Yeah. And rotoscope it in every time you move the card. That'll happen.
That'll happen.
All right.
That would actually be very annoying to edit if
It would
there was
be
a
extremely
Richard
annoying.
Garfield built around you deck.
I'm sure there's an app for that. So are you gonna go to declare blockers?
No, you know, I'm just gonna chump.
You gonna chump block it?
Yeah.
All right. Fair play. Especially if you have like no cards.
Yeah, I have a hand of none of these work with him.
You just gotta go deeper into the tank. That's the problem. Two.
I was gonna put that swamp, but that's not actually a swamp. I gotta remember that. See, now if I had Richard Garfield, this would have been something.
Of course. That's how it always ends up working.
It's your go.
My go.
Stop on combat.
Sure. Draw. Huh. Intriguing. Well, we are going to go to combat.
Cryptic command.
All right. What are the modes?
This, it would be best to return Snot to your hand. Draw a card.
You sure about this?
Oh.
Think long and hard.
You know what? No, we don't want to cast Cryptic Command yet, do we? We want to wait for the activation.
All right.
I had forgotten about that. You could have had an easy win there.
Well, actually, I was more thinking you'd bounce that and tap my team.
All right, I can bounce it to permanent.
Yeah.
I guess I could do that because
you could do that.
I'll do that for you.
Okay.
Instead of waiting it out, bounce that, tap team. Yes. Okay. I always think it's bounce creature. I don't play blue that often. Though I think the last two videos have me playing blue.
Yeah, pretty much. So, declare attackers. Rocket powered turbo slug.
Nice.
So, the way this card works, it's a 3/1 with super haste, which means that it may attack the turn before you play it, and you put it into play from your hand, tapped and attacking during declare attacker step. And if you do, you lose the game at the end of your next turn, unless you pay the mana cost during that turn. So
it's an uncounterable bolt.
It is
essentially what it is.
You can block it. I mean, it is just a 3/1, but so there's 3. And I think we're going to go ahead and replay this. And poop another snot onto the pile.
Yeah.
And I'll pass the turn.
All comes down to this moment.
Is this the moment that defines the game of Magic?
Answer go.
All right. So now, if I know this correctly, I just have to pay for this during this turn.
Yes.
So, gotta do that in my main phase because I'm casting it now, technically. so we'll draw for turn, and then we'll cast a rocket-powered turbo slug.
I'm gonna rune snag that.
Rune snag it, huh? Rune snag it. The question is, what else is in your hand? Can you deal with a 9/9? I'm not going to pay for it.
Okay. So, does he have summoning sickness now since you cast him?
Yeah.
Because he doesn't have haste.
No, he doesn't. He just has super haste. I'll play Misty Rainforest, cracking it, going to 14. That will fetch me up a... Stomping Ground untapped, going to 12. And... Raging Ravine. Attack.
Can I rune snag that?
You may not.
Then he got me. Emrakul, Kozilek, Atkst, Omniscience.
Wow. Yeah,
Not very helpful
I
with
could
Richard
see how
Garfield.
Richard Garfield didn't really do a lot there.
Didn't help that I had to sack my 9th mana.
Oh, yeah.
I was so close to getting the Omniscience.
Yeah.
But
Now,
see, I drew a Rune Snag the turn after Richard Garfield.
yeah, that's too bad.
So if I can explain the combo now.
Yeah. Well, don't bother now. We might see it. We'll leave it as a surprise. There's a reason there's a bunch of 15 and like 9 and
There's
10
a reason those
drops.
cards are in the deck.
Yeah. Which, hopefully we'll see in game 2. All right, game 2.
The exciting.
Yes. You're going to be on the play? Yeah.
Yeah. I got this.
Ah, yes. The hands. Display. Excitement and intrigue. All right, let's see what occurs.
So, start. Play an island.
Yep.
Serum Vision.
You got it. Pretty basic modern.
Yeah. So far, just modern. You know.
Yeah. The modern standard.
Do I want one on top, one on the bottom?
You got it.
And
that is pretty modern.
it's your go.
Okay. Draw for turn. So we're going to lead with a Copperline Gorge. And since I don't want it to be countered, I'll play a Jack in the Mox. Do, 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 do. To you.
Untap. Draw. Oh, look.
Yep.
It's almost like I was expecting that.
Have I explained Jack in the Mox before?
Yes, I think.
Did
Maybe.
I don't know. I don't think I had it last game. So anyway, the way this works, you can tap it, roll a 6-sided die. On a 1, you sack it and lose 5 life. Don't want to roll a 1. If you roll a 2, you get white, 3 blue, 4 black, 5 red, and 6 green. So it's pretty busted.
Yeah. I think it was the Goblin Tutor.
It was Goblin Tutor.
It's a similar thing.
You
so
roll
I
dice
just
and it
combined
does
them.
stuff. Yeah.
Roll dice does thing.
So yeah, basically it's just a Mox.
Yeah. Colorless Mox most of the time.
Mox, yeah.
Occasionally it's on color.
Occasionally it does 5 to you.
Yeah, and occasionally it shoots you in the foot.
Yeah.
It's your go.
Okay. Draw. Not really what I was looking for.
Not Riri.
Not Riri. We're going to play a Sacred Foundry tapped. Pass the turn.
Well, that's not very exciting.
No. There's not a
Draw.
lot of exciting going on right now.
Swamps.
You got it.
And your go.
Whole lot of nothing over there, too. Draw for turn. All right. Immediately regret playing that. Well, I'm going to play Razor Verge Thicket.
I think that goes in tap now, doesn't it?
Nope. 3 lands.
I was thinking Jack in the Box is a land. I mean, it is.
Yeah, sort of.
It's the
Sort of.
border. It's the old artifact border
true.
that confused me.
Okay, so we're gonna roll a dice here.
I hope it shoots you in the foot.
You would shoot me in the foot.
No, I hope it shoots you in the foot.
4! It kind of just fell out of my hands there. So 4 adds a black, which is basically just a colorless for me, but that's okay. Tap 3, play a Gore Clan Rampager.
Who is gonna get some snags?
He's gonna be snagged.
On a rune.
Now I'm actually picturing him like going through a cave and they like get snagged on something like no, now I can't enter the battlefield. Yeah, 2. Well,
that string here.
Let me let you in on a little secret. That was the only gas in my hand.
Oh, was it? I have 4 mana, right?
You have 4 mana in play.
Oh wait, I can't maths.
You can't math?
I can't math. Sure, go. I gotta wait for the surprise.
I don't like surprises generally, as a rule. Yeah, that's kind of gassy.
What if it's cake?
Cake's okay. Cake's diggable. Let's opt for a Tarmogoyf.
Goyf, eh?
A Goyf.
He's gonna get snagged too.
Don't
think you have 4 open mana.
I do not. Definitely do not. And I have no way of producing it. Goodbye, Tarmogoyf. I'd say you served me well, but you didn't serve me at all. You took a rune snag out of the hand.
To help.
Yeah. To you. Oh, no, sorry. Didn't play a land. Got to do that. To you.
well, that's fun.
I don't like fun generally as a
Sure
rule
go.
either. No land.
No land.
I'm intrigued. Well, not really intrigued. Draw for turn. Man, these threats just keep getting smaller and smaller. This time, we're going to try for a snot.
Snot.
I'm out of exciting things, so I'll just pull a booger.
Booster tutor.
Booster tutor in response to a snot. Okay. Let's crack another cube and see what happens.
I guess we're picking that one. I guess I picked the first one, so you can pick the second one.
Sure.
That's how this works.
It really doesn't matter.
Chain to the Rock, Revel Arc, True Name Nemesis, Jesze.
Well, True Name Nemesis is no fun.
No, not really. Drown in Sorrow, Animate Dead.
Yeah.
Animate Dead could maybe do something. We got Hero of Oxidrig, just 2 Garrix, Sphere of the Suns, Sword of Fire and Ice, Celestial Colonnade, Vivid Crag, Tezzeret, and Baleful Strix.
Intriguing.
What will we take?
I don't know, but I'd like to point out you're in response to me throwing snot onto the battlefield.
Yeah. It's
like
gonna hover.
Like I'm ready to blow my nose.
And I gotta decide.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be True Name.
Yeah, probably. Well, luckily you didn't hit a Force of Will or a counterspell of the like. You might have one in hand. I don't know. Well, I do know. This is not legal in Modern.
Well, I do have 3 mana open. You don't know. It could be in.
That's true.
Maybe it's third Rune Snake.
It could be.
But no,
I definitely can't afford snake.
Your snot can hit the table.
Woo! Snot! Okay. So we're going to Rancor Snot. He's getting really mad.
It's 3/1.
Snotty. He's a 3/1. And I'll play a Temple Garden tapped and pass turn to my esteemed colleague. What is in this snot? Holy, there's bodies, there's beebles, there's a spatula.
True Name Nemesis.
Eyeballs. Who are you naming?
I'm going to name you, Chubby.
Okay.
Andrew, go.
I mean, I had to try and maybe you name yourself. Draw for turn. Oh, man.
You can change your name real quick.
I could.
That'd be a surprise. Like, have papers set to legally change your name.
That does take a long time, however.
Well, you know, it doesn't use the stack, so
That's
whatever.
true. It doesn't use the stack. Let's cast a Wild Nicottle.
Yeah, you can have that.
Nicottle. And a Misty Rainforest. And I'll pass turn.
Oh, hey, there's an island.
Okay.
And,
4 mana.
some Consuming Vapors.
Consuming. You're going to consume my vapors. Oh, snot. You're going to consume my snot.
The gain of life.
Oh, God. It's so bad, though. Yeah. Yep.
And you go.
No beats. Wow. I'm going to end step crack Misty. Go to 11. Is that right? I don't think that's right. I think that's from last game.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure I'm at 19. Am I right about that?
I don't think I've attacked you, so
Have I?
yes.
I haven't cracked anything, and I haven't.
Yeah, you put your.
This coming on? No. I must not have. Or I would have changed my left.
You only have 2.
Yeah.
2 pain lands or 2 shock lands.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with
I'm
that
sure
was
I
not
didn't.
correct.
I'm sure I didn't. All right. Okay. Turn. Draw. 4. The turn. We're gonna try for a really bad tapping. Ranger of Eos.
Yeah.
All right. He's gonna fetch me 2 1-drops, and I wonder what those are gonna be.
Probably Snot.
This ranger has a very runny nose there. 2 snots.
2 snots.
2 snots. So, what are we going to do with these snots? I think we're going to cast one, and then we're going to cast the other and stick it to this one. I'd also like to point out that this is a great design because these snots are tileable.
Yeah.
You can make a whole... You can put snot all over the table if you want. I wouldn't recommend it. It's a little icky.
Yeah,
but,
I don't think your opponent would appreciate it on his side.
No, probably not. And I would spin for Jack in the Box to potentially put a Rancor on these snots, but I have a very low chance of it, so I will not do that. To you.
Consuming Vapors again. It's
Consuming
back
Vapors.
with a vengeance.
So, I think Ranger of Eos will die.
Gain 2 more life.
You got it.
He's worth double the amount because he produced 2 snots. That's why.
Yeah. Well, he has 2 nostrils. I mean, one snot came out of each nostril.
Play an island.
You got it.
Okay, now it's time for the surprise.
Oh. Okay.
Blacker Lotus.
Blacker Lotus. So you know how before at the beginning of this video we were talking about that what kind of effect would this have on Modern? Well, this adds 4 mana for nothing. That's the kind of effect it would have.
Do you know how much this card would cost though?
Yeah.
Because it has tap, tear it into pieces.
Yeah.
Add 4 mana of any one color to your mana pool.
Mm-hmm.
And then you remove the pieces from the game afterwards.
Yeah. So basically, you get to use it once in a match.
Yeah.
So this is your only chance.
My only
if
chance.
you get it. If you decide to crack it.
So we're gonna tap it for 4 blue.
4 blue. All right.
And since we're cheap.
No, we're not cheap. We're not cheap. See, you're actually. Let's just take the card out of the sleeve there. There it is. That's definitely the same card.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's Blacker Lotus. Oh, see, that hurts. That hurts me. Deep inside.
Does it?
It does. Are you going to throw the bits on the table in celebration? Oh, well, that's just rude. And they're stuck in here now. I'm going to leave them there because you put them in a pile of snot.
So add 6 more mana for 10.
Okay.
Cast Omniscience.
Yep. Oh, no.
Cast Jin Gataxias.
Okay, Jin Gataxias.
And attack you for 3.
16. Do you have anything in your second main phase, or can I go to end step?
No, end step.
So, because when do I discard? I haven't played against Jin Gataxias in a long time.
Isn't it only at the end of your turns?
Is it at the end of my turn that I get no cards?
No, you have no maximum hand size. I draw 7 at my end step.
Oh, so on my cleanup step, I run out of cards. Right.
So draw 7.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all icky. Ew. So, yeah.
I have to discard.
I think someone's in the driver's seat here. Oh, hang on. On end step, I will tap this and see what we get. 1.
Shoot you in the foot.
Really? All right. I go to 11. Thanks.
Hey, now you're at 11. Came up TNT.
Please kill me right now.
Island, discard, go.
That's all you had to discard? Oh,
I only had 1 card in hand, so.
That makes me sad to be alive. Wow. Okay. So, we're going to Rancor our snots. We're going to try to Rancor our snots.
I have a rune snag that says otherwise. Unless you got 6 mana flip.
I don't have 6 mana, and sadly, I cannot... Even if I played the land that's in my hand, I could not pay for it. So, okay, Rancor down. We'll attack for 7.
Because there's no use for this card anymore.
I don't like this. I don't like this at all.
I'm going to cast Framed.
Oh.
So Framed, you tap or untap all permanents by the artist of your choice.
Yeah.
So the way this deck works is that all my basic lands here are by Jung Park.
Same with Chromantic Lantern, which I think we saw last game.
And Inkmoth Nexus.
Yep.
So basically all my mana sources are by one artist, so I can pay 2 mana to untap them all.
So it's
That's
basically,
how I'm casting these the other way.
yeah. So it's kind of like a high tide in that sense.
But for this time, I'm gonna name Zach Stella.
All right.
Untap True Name Nemesis.
Sure.
So True Name's just gonna eat that 3/3,
He is.
and I'll take the 4.
You'll take the 4.
Go to 19.
All right. So I'll play a Copperline Gorge on my second main phase, and I'll bolt you since I'm gonna lose this card anyway on my cleanup step. Go.
Go to 16. Untap. Draw. Cast Johnny Combo Player.
You got it. I don't like this. I don't like what's happening.
Cast
to me.
Mox Lotus.
Cast a Mox Lotus. Oh, because you need the infinite mana.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, yeah, you do. Right.
Cast Chromatic Lantern. Play an Inkmoth Nexus.
By the way, we haven't seen Mox Lotus yet, so
All right. Mox Lotus costs 15 mana.
yeah.
Tap to add infinity to your mana pool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
And you can pay 100 mana to add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool.
So basically, it's just infinite mana. Is what
And
it
you
is.
don't lose life due to mana burn.
Which is extremely relevant in the new rulings.
Yes.
It's absurdly relevant, I might even say.
Consuming Vapors.
Really? You're even gonna take out the snots?
Go back up 20.
You just blew my nose.
I did.
Oh. So many
So
things.
I'm going to tap Mox Lotus for infinite mana.
Are you gonna make colors?
And then I'm going to spend 100 mana to add blue.
Okay.
And I'm going to do this 1,500 times.
You got it.
And then I'm going to use the 1,500 blue mana to make 150 red mana. And I'm going to use 15 of the red mana.
Okay, we get it. Just do some shenanigans.
4 mana, search my library for card. I'm going to find an Emrakul.
You got it.
4 mana, search my library for a card. I'm going to find... And Kozilek.
Uh-huh.
And while we're here,
Don't.
we'll get a Mize.
Oh.
And
You know what you should do?
Serum Vision.
You should search your library for every card except for one. And then cast Mize and kill yourself. Oh, I'm so sad. I'm so sad right now. But it's kind of awesome at the same time, so.
I know the 1,500 blue made 1,500 red, or 15 red, sorry.
Yeah.
I
That's unacceptable.
I did my math wrong,
That's
sorry.
unacceptable. It matters so much. So you're just going to let the rest of that mana drain?
No, we're still in the same phase. I haven't left any phases yet.
I want the mana to drain, though.
I'm going to pay 100 to make a blue to cast Serum Visions. I'm not going to use Omniscience.
Yeah.
No. Serum Visions, draw a card. I'll get top 2.
I really hope you deck. You gonna leave him there?
I'm going to, pay 100 mana to add a blue.
Yeah.
To cast a Mize.
So, want to explain that and some of the other ridiculousness?
So Mize, name an online card, then reveal the top card of your library. If it's the named card, draw 3 cards.
Yeah, instant
So,
speed for 1 blue. That sounds
For 1
familiar.
blue. Yeah. So I'm going to Mize that my top card is Mize. Oh, would you look at that?
Oh, God.
Draw 3.
Yeah.
Cast Telling Time here. Not going to bother with the mana, just Omniscience. So top 3, we'll put 1 in hand, 1 on top, 1 on the bottom.
So you know how before we were saying that, the format would look a little different if these cards were legal? Maybe if Ancestral Recall legal as a 4 of.
Mize that my top card is Cryptic Command.
Oh, look at that. What a shock.
Cast Emrakul.
You got it. And an extra
Whip from
turn.
the mana from Mox Lotus.
Sure.
Cast Kozilek from Omniscience.
Okay.
Draw 4.
Yeah. Please deck. Please only be one
I'm
more
working
card.
on it.
That's the
I'm
last
working
card.
on
See?
it.
It's just that one. It's just that one. Yeah. I might be this might be a loss for the Chubmeister. Maybe. It might be a little bit of a loss.
I'm going to have to discard a bit.
You're also going to have to draw 7.
I know. So, Begin end step, draw 7.
Yeah. You might deck. You might. There could be it could be I don't know.
So
You
how many
lost me.
cards do we need to save? We need to save that.
Do you really care? Do you really care?
That. Sure, that. How many is that? 5, 6, 7. Dump those in the graveyard.
All right. You know what you could always do? You could always murder your own Kozilek with something, and then it would shuffle your graveyard back in, so you won't deck.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's always an option. So take your next turn.
Or, yeah, so next turn, draw.
Don't forget to untap Mox Lotus now.
Oh, sorry.
You can't skip steps. That could matter for me.
Cast Emrakul.
Okay. Not gonna attack with the first one first.
Nope.
Oh. Is she really gonna sit here and let me slowly bleed out, or can I please die?
And
Can I please die?
kill you with Kozilek.
I'll have to annihilate 4 first. I was kind of hoping I'd end this game with no permanents, but
I was trying to figure it out, but
you could have attacked with the other Emrakul first.
I can't cast it at instant speed to get rid of it. That was the problem. And I can't Cryptic Command bounce Emrakul. Oh, I can
But
Cryptic Command bounce Kozilek now. There we go.
You don't have to cast Cryptic Command.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Peasants, bounce that, draw a card.
Okay. So I take no damage.
You started that.
Draw 4.
Draw
You're gonna
7.
deck.
Can we just skip the draw
We
7?
can skip the draw 7.
Attack Kozilek Emrakul on my 3rd free turn.
I lost.
You
Yeah. Game 3. All right, game 3 after pretty close one. It was pretty close. I was pretty close to coming back there.
Yeah, definitely.
This is my opening hand.
It's my opening hand.
You can look, but you cannot touch, and I will keep it for sure. So, yeah, I'll lead with a Razor Verge Thicket and a Snot to you.
Well, I'll lead with a Jack in the Mox
You got it?
and a blue.
Yep.
And
Do you want to crank the
I want to
jack?
crank it.
All right.
Gotta crank it.
You can roll. Please get one and
I should
kill
have
you.
took your roll because that's what I wanted.
Whew.
A
I don't know
white.
why I'm hooing. You should. I would
White.
appreciate it if you killed yourself.
Serum Visions.
You got it. You got it.
That's tough. Somehow.
I'm assuming you got like a handful of mises, just full of them. That is kind of the funny thing about Serum Visions with Mise. If you hate those 2 cards, you're just going to have to draw them off the Mise. Which is like...
Both on top.
Is it worth it?
Enter go.
All right. Draw for turn. We're going to crack in for 1.
Go 19.
Best snot ever. Arid Mesa, crack.
It made me lose a life.
It did.
What other snot
Go to
can
19.
claim that fame?
Hey, I hit you with a 9 that one time.
That's true.
This will get me a
It's
stomping.
like I hit
ground
you with
untapped.
snot and you lost 9 damage.
Yeah.
That's pretty incredible if you think about it.
Mm-hmm. Just wait till I top deck Fling. Fling some snot at you. Which is the only reason it's in there. Not because it's good. It's in there because you get to fling snot at your opponent.
Yeah.
Mini Progenitus. A.k.a.
That's no
Frazzle
bueno.
Editor. To you.
Untap.
You got it. Not that I have a choice.
Upkeep.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to mise that my top card is an Ink Moth Nexus.
All right.
Oh, look at that.
What a shock. Yep. Pretty good in this format. You can have a deck full of Ancestrals and better Black Lotuses. And Moxes.
It's your go.
All right. Draw. Raise of Edge Thicket.
It's a thicket.
It's a thicket. And we'll attempt to put a Rancor on our snot.
Rancor.
We'll attempt that.
Yeah.
All right. It's on there. And I'll attack you for 5.
Gotta take it. Go to 14.
All right. And we'll play another Frazzled Editor to you.
Tap.
Sure. Is this in response to Frazzle?
Yeah. He's still in the stack.
All right. Please roll a 1. 2 again. Oh.
Needed a 3.
Oh.
So that resolves.
You got it. I mean, I got it. Literally.
Untap. Upkeep draw.
Question is, can I outrace potential shenanigans
Maybe.
with my little army of bears? All right. Oh! Oh! Woo!
It may have just cost me the match.
Probably. Oh, best day of my life.
Chromatic Lantern.
Yep.
Go.
It's karma
It
for
is.
you taking up so much of my time the last game.
I should have drug it on longer.
7.
Go to 2.
Copperline Gorge. Go.
Untap.
Copperline Gorge.
Upkeep draw.
Can you deal?
Well, you know what they say. You gotta go for broke.
Yep.
I'm gonna tap ink math. Nope. Gotta tap this. Just
Okay.
to be normal. Booster tutor.
You got it. So let's crack a pack. If we ever do this again, I think maybe we'll get regular booster packs.
Maybe. Probably.
That'll be fun. Hey, a high tide. It's almost like that's what your deck kind of does. But actually, it's way worse in this scenario. Framed untaps all 4 of these different things. High tide gives you 1 extra mana.
Yep. What saves me here?
The beautiful thing, you can cast anything you want with Chromatic Lantern.
That is a beautiful thing.
Yeah. You could all of a sudden be playing Birthing Pod if you wanted to. It wouldn't be very good, but you could.
I'm gonna take the Lingering Souls.
All right. All right. I am going to dig you out some Foosty tokens because apparently we now need tokens.
Cast Lingering Souls. Using Inkmoth Nexus for the white, obviously.
Indeed. So you get 2 Foosty tokens.
And your go.
Okay. Untap. Draw. Well, I kind of wish that was a land so that I could have all the snots stuck together. But I think I will just attack you.
I will double block the snot.
Double block the snot.
I'd rather die to the editors than the snot.
Yeah? How about a bolt?
I'll accept that.
Okay. All right. Well, that was really fun.
It was.
I must admit. I mean, if you were like sitting on the edge of your seat wondering like, wow, I wonder if this format would be fair if these cards were legal.
Absolutely not.
The answer is no. Not true at all.
Though, to be fair, Blacker Lotus would run itself out of print.
Yeah, eventually.
Eventually, it would take itself out of the format without a ban list.
Yeah.
Because none of them would exist.
Yeah. So there's that. You could have that to look forward to. So yeah, we'll be back with some more stuff next time.
Bye.